Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert covering the woke boycotts. Target is really wrecking and destroying their business. It's incredible. They're actually even destroying their own LGBT merchandise. They were taking it off the shelves, and we heard about that. But even the things that are on the shelf that customers then go and want to buy, they won't sell them to the customers. So why are they still on the shelf? It's just mass confusion over there. There are boycotts going on. Now there are a couple of protests going on outside of Target stores. There's the #1 boycott Target rap song, but there's also another viral video going around with Bree Teresi shooting up a Target shopping bag. A second Wall Street bank has now come out and said, you should not buy this stock, we have to downgrade it. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. I'm trying to get up to 25,000 subscribers, so if you can subscribe, please do subscribe. So Target stock is doing terribly. This is as bad as I've seen it. They're now down over $14 billion, close to $15 billion down. But you would think destroying their Target displays would be just about enough. This is coming from the subreddit over at Reddit, from the actual employees commenting on being forced to destroy their Pride displays. Now, this was a strange one. From Reddit, we see them destroying the mats that Target had producing gayest place in town. This is what the mats look like. So you would put this in front of your house so that all your friends, all your neighbors, and the mailman would know that this house of yours is the gayest place in town. Very useful if you're trying to attract a certain crowd to your house, but you can't buy these mats at Target because Target has the mats marked to be destroyed. So they're trying to go and collect this merchandise to destroy it. Here are some comments from some of the other workers. At this point, Target should put it back out. The boycott was to get Target to cave in and pull the merchandise. Target did. Yet the boycott continues with arson and bomb threats. Now, they've destroyed most of the merchandise now, so they can't put it back out. What a complete mess. And all of this merchandise was made custom for them. 2,000 products that they planned and designed to be sold in their stores. And now they're trying to find the merchandise so they can destroy it. They also took away the Pride survey for employees, asking them how's the company doing promoting Pride. The survey just got yanked off. Someone saying here, yeah, I tried to do it this morning and it was gone. Target saying, tell us how we're doing. Also from Target, no, not like that. So they don't want the survey to be completed. A gay couple, and this is big news, a gay couple were denied the purchase of displayed Pride onesie at a Target in Lake Park. Gay couple wanted to buy a onesie to celebrate gay pride, and Target refused to sell it to them. Again, I don't know why they need to have this merchandise on the shelves if they're not going to allow people to buy it. And as I've covered, Target is not selling books that they're offering for sale in their stores. This is how much mess and confusion they have over at the company. The employees feel like they don't belong at the company. The ones who support Pride, the ones who are against Pride. And it does feel like the company is captured. I did a video about this. Bud Light and Target ruin using your retirement money, forcing them to go woke. And it's very true. Large investment companies that control retirement funds are actually forcing companies to follow ESG and social justice guidelines and measurements that they assign to them. They take people's pension money, invest it in these companies, and then force them to adopt social change according to their measurements. And if they don't go along with it, the companies can lose investment, but directly executives will lose bonuses, could lose their jobs. This is the video put out by Bree Teresi, Instagram model. She also did a video very similar to Kid Rock's video shooting up beer cans. She is shooting up a Target bag. And this is not something that Target needs. But they do need to figure out what they do and don't want to be for their customers. They have other problems. It's not just we need to push the woke agenda and it's not working. They also expect to take a $1.3 billion loss from theft and organized crime because they have gangs of kids coming in and stealing merchandise, and gangs of adults stealing merchandise from them that they then go and sell online or wherever else they sell it. This is a real problem. This is something that they could be focusing on and addressing, but they're too busy trying to push their woke agenda, but at the same time destroy merchandise, but then at the same time not communicate with employees and customers as to what they are actually doing. CNBC is admitting that boycotts are hitting the stocks hard, And not everybody is. These downgrades that are coming in, JP Morgan's talking about how the stock is the lowest that it's been in 23 years. This key bank downgrade that came in today for Target says the resumption of student loan payments will hit their profit margins. And that's absolutely true. This is another disaster they have coming. The student loan repayments that have been held by the government are going to be unpaused very soon. When those are unpaused, it's another $5 billion a month coming out of the economy. And a lot of those people who weren't paying their student loans were buying fun things at Target, maybe like game mats, maybe other things. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because when their money has to start going to pay their student loans, it's going to severely damage Target. And that's why these guys said that they downgraded Target, saying that the stock is riskier than it used to be. What's also incredible about the whole situation with Target for me is how Target is getting accused of causing a nightmare with rainbow capitalism. And rainbow capitalism is a relatively new term. Here's what rainbow capitalism is supposed to mean. All made up words, but they represent ideas. Rainbow capitalism is essentially, selling pride products for profit, and not necessarily standing behind the community with support coming from an advocate. There are a lot of things that go into that, but that is what happened at the end of the day. What else do they call rainbow capitalism? There's more to it. Rainbow capitalism is also called pink capitalism, homo capitalism, or gay capitalism. It's the involvement of capitalism and consumerism in the LGBT movement. But supposedly it's not enough to be supported by creating a whole department, taking a risk that you're going to upset your other customers, losing money on all the game mats and other merchandise that you now have to destroy. That's not enough. You need to keep trying to sell the merchandise even if your entire business falls apart. If it was me and I was the one that was responsible for the promotion, I would feel terrible and I'd be openly apologizing to everyone involved just to say, hey, look, this wasn't a good fit for us. We thought it was. And you know what? Maybe we'll try again in the future. But no hard feelings. They didn't need to ruin their business over this. It's not the first time that a business has had a major problem with its customers and with vendors. And this is a great article from Forbes that talks about Target's worst PR nightmare, 7 lessons from Target's well-meant but flawed crisis response. Their crisis response when they knew they were in trouble was terrible. Same with Bud Light. They just didn't get out there and talk honestly with what was going on and how they were going to make it right. This is the best advice. Leaders, no matter how much it hurts, when you have a problem that affects your customers directly, do not wait to go public. You don't need to have all the answers, but you do need to get ahead of it and own the problem. Otherwise, others will own it for you. Announce what you do and do not know as soon as possible. Make clear your intentions to come up with solutions as rapidly as possible, and promise continuous updates. Then keep to that promise. Your business will definitely take a major hit, but your credibility will not. And if you keep the trust of your customers, your profitability can rebound. Target still hasn't been communicating with people about what they're doing. Same with Bud Light. And I guess it's because they're so afraid with having to criticize the LGBT agenda. They should just be honest about what's been going on and what they plan to do about it. They also say, do not let others define your message. Do not make false assurances. Don't let bad news dribble out. Don't let one bad thing happen and then another bad thing and then another bad thing. Respond forcefully and commensurately with the problem. Just deal with it. This is a former Target executive, and he explains the one item that destroyed Target in this, that really sparked the consumer firestorm. And you may be unsurprised to know the one item he says is the women's tuck bathing suit. That was just beyond something to be offered in a mainstream store at this time. He also explained that when he was at Babies R Us, they had a serious problem and he actually dealt with it. And here's what he said. We had a contest where the first baby of the year would get $20,000. People were up in arms because guess what? The first baby the year was born was an undocumented immigrant and they didn't have a tax ID or anything. And the people were, oh God, you can't give them $20,000. He continued, you know what we did? We gave it to 2 babies and we put out a giant press release. We love all babies. That's how you get the problem solved. You address it as a real problem. You show love for everybody involved. To get out of the problem, you have to show love to all your customers. And he says, I know that sounds funny, but forgiveness and love, that's part of America, and that's what you have to do. And this is from the New York Times going back to 2007. This is his story. In reversal, Toys R Us gives 3 baby prizes. And they just had to give out a little bit more money. Everybody was happy. No problem. That's what Target should have been doing. That's not what they did. Even the Satanist designer at Target is unhappy with them, saying it's a dangerous precedent to pull their LGBT merchandise. And this I thought was funny. This is how bad it is for Target. Associated Press has to run cover for them saying, no, Target isn't selling satanic children's clothes. And I thought when they were saying, well, satanic children's clothes, I first saw this, I thought, well, they got to be referring to this designer who makes satanic merchandise, but didn't make satanic merchandise directly for Target, just made some strange merchandise for Target, and that there was a misunderstanding in the public about, is Target making satanic merchandise or not? That's what I thought this was about, but it's actually not what it was about. And then I found this, and it's hysterical. Conservatives are outraged over fake AI images of Target's satanic offerings. So somebody went and made artificial intelligence designs of satanic Target merchandise, and some people really thought it was real. Now, there are some people that think that the whole Pride merchandise thing is satanic. That's good enough for them. This started going around on social media. It did not go well for Target. It just damages Target all that much more, even though Target wasn't actually doing this. Would they be doing this in a year or two from now if there wasn't much pushback? I think it's a possibility. So let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Did you realize that Target was actually destroying the merchandise? And then even if people did find it in the store, they wouldn't allow people to go and pay for it at the cash register? Also, did you know that the employees are not happy? They're just completely confused as to what's going on at Target. And did you think this was real, the satanic merchandise? Had you seen this? I think it's hysterical. I mean, it's gotten that bad that, it's believable that Target could be selling this kind of merchandise. Let me know what you think of that too. Thanks again for leaving your comments below. I really love seeing your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.